Hey everybody, it's Luna here, End of Times Girl, and I was wanting to make this video today to talk about something. Not a lot of people discuss this or think about this in their everyday life, but I noticed that a lot of my friends are from Latino countries like Central America and Mexico. They're from other countries and they haven't experienced cancer like we have in the United States. And one of the things that I found was a link or a difference to them living up into their 90s versus us having like widespread cancer in our children and in our young children and even babies being born with cancer these days, is that they grow their own vegetables there and they don't tend to use herbicides and pesticides. Then I decided that I wanted to go online and I wanted to pull up a chart and see when cancer started becoming really prevalent in the United States. And one thing I noticed was it was in the 1940s that they began using all these pesticides and herbicides. The EPA started approving, well, the Department of Agriculture started recommending it to the farmers widespread across the whole United States. There's a couple of different ones that I'm going to bring up. I took some notes here with me, so I'm not a professional news anchor, so I might have to glance down every minute. Just bear with me because this is some very useful information. One of the things I can tell you is it was in the 1940s. If you go online and you can go to Google, I don't have my iPhone, so I can't really edit videos the way I would like to on my phone that I currently have that I'm shooting from. But if you go into Google, you can pull up the same chart that I pulled up, and when did cancer start becoming, rising throughout this country. And on the chart, you would notice the 1920s, 1930s, you would notice that there wasn't anything on there. I mean, it was just like flat, you know what I'm saying? Then when you hit the 1940s, it went straight up. So, I mean, that's the only thing that can be, is all of this stuff they are dousing all over the crops, all over this country, is giving us all cancer. It is killing us. And the worst thing is, guys, is that, like, I'll tell you one thing. India has done a wonderful thing. India, what they did was they banned all of this stuff. They said, okay, we're not going to use this anymore in our country. And I would like to congratulate you for taking a move, caring about the honeybees, caring about your country's, the people in your country's health. Because cancer, it's a serious health concern. And it's pretty bad, guys, because, a lot of people, we try to eat healthy. A lot of people abstain from smoking cigarettes. A lot of people abstain and they work out and they really try to take care of their self. And it's just really sad whenever you've got the government doing that, when you got the government allowing these things to be put into our food supply. We can't say no to that. The only thing I can think of that we could do would be, to grow our own crops, to grow our own vegetables. And if the sad thing is, if you buy organic, it costs more money. Supposedly it costs more money for them to grow the vegetables in a healthy manner. But to me, if they're buying all these pesticides and herbicides, they're spending more money, which means that it should be more, you would think, right? Because they're spending more money on all this stuff that's killing us. One of the things that I would like to bring up is right here, where is it? Donald Trump, he recently lifted a ban that they were trying to, it was a pesticide, I believe. Was it a herbicide or a pesticide? Let me see. He lifted a ban off of one that was causing, I don't have the name of it right here in front of me, but that ban that he lifted off of that one is called chlorophyro, something like that. You can look it up. Just Google it. I'm sorry, my writing's a little messed up. But it says that Trump ordered a ban to be lifted on this highly toxic pesticide used in strawberries, apples, peaches, and many fruits and veggies. It causes nerve damage. So when I think nerve damage, I think of like Parkinson's disease, epilepsy, MS, diseases like that attack the central nervous system. I don't know so much about MS, but I would say like Parkinson's disease, epilepsy, um, and this chemical that he lifted this span off of, it's only the second to the neonicotinoids that is second harmful to bees, and it's being sprayed on our crops and our vegetables. And I just want people to know about this. I want people to get to talking about this. It says when it's inhaled in the air, humans and animals breathe it in, which I think of lung cancer. And I think the neonicotinoids and that one right there is what probably is causing the colony collapse. I know that 40% of our honeybees in this country they're all died out. You know what I'm saying? We're 40% less in our honeybees. And I watched a movie about the rapture, about the end of times, and it was strange. They were trying to save the bees. They were trying to engineer a bee because all the bees, were dead and there was no crops. People were starving. They were needing fruits. They were needing vegetables, and they wasn't having the crops produce it because, they didn't have the bees pollinating it, and they were trying to save the world by saving the bees. So, if you got a family member that's dying right now of cancer, or that's sick with cancer, or you have a child, you look to the government and you ask, what is the EPA doing? I mean, how in the Department of Agriculture, I had this idea, this vision, why could they not open these huge spaces that are indoor growing facilities across the United States and rent out spaces and make the farmers have to rent a space out that's an indoor facility that is bug free, that where it's climate controlled, where the sun can come in, where it could collect the rain, and then you could have it sprayed, the rain from outside, the regular rain, not just water but rain. I believe the rain it has something in it that's good for the vegetables that you don't just get from hose water, and spray, collect the rain and have it sprayed on them. I mean, or there's meshes or something they could come up with, which I don't think would be as successful. I do know that Israel is talking about growing crops. Somebody said that was part of the prophecy towards the end of times, that Israel would start being a leader in produce. I would love to see that, honestly, if Israel could produce healthy fruits and vegetables that are not, after all, it is Jesus' home. It would be nice to see the Holy Land produce vegetables that are safe for our families. You know what I'm saying? And they're spraying it on the trees. The trees are dying. And the worst thing is these chemicals, guys, they run off into the soil. They're absorbed in soil. Then it goes back out into the waterways, and then we drink it. You know what I'm saying? The animals drink it. It gets in, and then through the process of condensation and everything, the way it goes back up into the clouds and comes down, it can create like acid rain, I would say. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm just saying, people, go research this, definitely, and educate yourself so you can make safer, better choices for your family, because I know that God's wrath is going to be poured out upon these companies and these people that are using this stuff, and they know. But the sad thing is I believe that the government, this is how it works, and I hate to say this, but if somebody gets sick with cancer, they make money, the pharmaceutical companies make money, so the government's getting more taxes. If we ban all these herbicides and pesticides, then the government is not going to make as much money from these companies, from the taxes. So, there's people getting sick, they're making money, because all these cancer treatments, they're getting money, and it's just really sad whenever you think about it, that honestly, we are all just nothing but a money sign over our heads. And I think it's time that we all, it would be nice people to start petition, and start standing up to the government, everybody, especially families that are cancer, guys, they're suffering from cancer, because I'm sorry, but 1940s on that chart just shoots up, and it all starts then. And the 1940s is when we started use of herbicides and pesticides. Then that most definitely is what is causing the cancer, and it is our food, guys, that it's killing us. Okay. And I would encourage anybody who wants to experiment with growing their own vegetables. Sorry, I'm a little shaky today. Anybody who want to experience with their own growing their own vegetables. It's fun for children. You can teach your children that. It's a great thing to teach your children to be able to grow vegetables. It gives them knowledge. They learn things, okay? And it's just a great activity that parents and children can start share together. It's very educating for them, and it's a wonderful hobby to be able to grow vegetables and to grow things with your children. So I just wanted to bring that up, everybody, and we got to try to save the honeybees. I would love to see the United States ban these herbicides and these pesticides, just like India has done, because there has to be different ways moving forward. I mean, it's been going on since the 40s. It's been how long now? How many years have we all been sitting here putting up with this, murdering us, allowing us, you see people on death row for killing people, but you don't see the government. I'm not saying I'm not anti-government, but I just think it's a little ridiculous what we're putting up with in this country. We have a voice, and we should start trying to get the word out to as many people as we can. Thank you all. God bless. I'm going to be making another video, my next video. I'm going to be talking about my predictions for the end of times that I made from the time I was a little girl. I had the gift of being able to foresee things, to predict events. So I'm going to make my next video about that, and I'm also going to be making some videos about the offshore drilling for oil and its effects on the environment and stuff. So you guys are aware of that as well. Thank you all. God bless.